So I am a longtime listener of Two Hot Takes, Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. I think the Comfort Podcast is what the other one is called. Anyhow, I love just listening to Reddit stories while I work, and I figured I would give it a shot. So, welcome. Appreciate you watching, and I'm just not going to bullshit. I'm just going to get right into it. Okay. Also, this is my home office. Not that you give a shit, but I think it's cute. And I like to be comfy, cozy, and welcome you to my home. So if you hear PD snoring, you're welcome. This is coming r/slash am I the asshole relationships. It's about 15 hours ago. Throwaway account for these also aren't their names. Am I the asshole for not taking in my dad's stepdaughter's kids? By the way, I haven't proofread this, so we're just gonna figure this out together. For context, I, female 31, parents, female 54, and male 63, divorced when I was in my 20s due to my dad cheating. He remarried a few months later to Lillian, who had 3 kids, the oldest being a year older than me, named Vicky. Vicky and I got along for the most part during my family events, but we didn't really talk outside of holidays. Vicky has 5 kids, one 10-year-old girl, a boy that's 7, another boy that's 7, and a female girl that is 4, and a 7-month-old baby girl. Jesus, Vicky. All the children besides the boys have different fathers who aren't involved or can't be because they are in jail. God damn. Okay. Vicky got arrested a few weeks ago because she had drugs in her car and got pulled over. That ended with her car getting checked. My dad asked me and my husband, male 53, to take in her kids until she gets out. They had been staying with him and Lillian, but they are far too active for them to care for. They both have health problems. I asked why Vicky's siblings can't take them in, and he said they can't afford it. Both me and my husband are successful in our work fields and have a house with 3 rooms. The 2 spare rooms are offices. I told my dad I would talk with my husband about it, but nothing is for certain. My dad said please and that they can't take care of them. I talked it out with my husband. We've never wanted kids and don't want the responsibility at any point. So I told this to my dad, who went off on me, calling me a horrible person, saying things like I was abandoning family and responsibilities. Yikes. My husband and my mom said that I don't have any obligations to take care of the kids, but some of my friends say I could take care of them, be it would only be temporary. Terrible sentence. So I just wonder if I'm actually in the wrong. Fuck no. I'm sorry, how many children does this girl have? 5 kids, a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, 2 7-year-olds, which are, I'm imagining, twins, a 4-year-old, and a 7-month-old baby girl, all with different dads that are not in the picture or in fucking jail? Dude, hell no. No, you're not an asshole. That's, it's hard because they're children and your parents have taken the obligation because it's your stepmom's daughter. But that's their mess, not yours. Fuck. And I apologize if this is boring because it's just my reaction. I don't have anyone else here but them. What do you guys think? Should she take in her stepsister's, her drug addicted stepsister's various children? Would you guys like that? No, that's what I thought. Okay, let's read some comments. Not the asshole. When will Vicky get out of jail? It could be tomorrow or it could be in 5 years. What about school? Are you in the same district if they're still with you in September? Where will they sleep? Do you have to buy 5 new beds? Who's going to provide childcare when you're working? I assume your vehicle can't fit everyone. Do you have all the car and booster seats necessary? Yeah. You can't just magically take on 5 kids. That's fucking insane. Just tell your dad that he abandoned his family when he had an affair. How temporary? I see these temporary situations get extended all the time. But you're right. You don't have the obligation or the resources to take care of 5 kids. And by resources, I don't mean just rooms to sleep, but everything else that goes along with managing 5 kids. Yeah. This is insane for them to guilt trip you into. It's because they don't want to do it anymore and they're making you feel like shit because they want you to come and save them. Not the asshole. You should not be expected to take care of kids if you do not want to. She's not your family by choice. Your dad chose to cheat and remarry. So these kids are his and his wife's family's responsibility, not yours. Kids are a handle, even just temporary for anyone. Yeah. Tell dad that he taught you everything you learned about the importance of a family. See what he says then. Damn dog. Yeah. Verdict, not the asshole. Okay, this one sounds juicy. This comes from r/am I the asshole underscore unfiltered. This is 2 hours old, so fresh off the press. Am I the asshole for being upset that my boyfriend gave his business card to a waitress? No. Hell no. Straight to jail. Immediate execution. Is he trying to sell her something? I don't understand. I mean, if there's a logical explanation. Let's say he has a lawn care business. Happened to talk about how her husband left her and she had no lawnmower. That would make sense. Any other reason? Absolutely not. I, 30 female, was out to eat with my boyfriend, 33 male, and his business partner, 32 male. We went to this basic bar diner place I've never been to, but was packed with people around 10 p.m. The waitress comes and asks if we've ever been here. My boyfriend said, yes, I've been here before. She says, welcome back, then gives us menus and tells us about specials. Basic waitress things. This whole time, she's mostly looking and talking to my boyfriend. Okay. Even though I'm looking right at her and also responding. I understand she's doing her job and maybe it's obvious who's going to be paying the bill. So I honestly don't take offense to it because, hey, it's 2026 and I'd be working for them tips too. Is that what she's doing or is she just doing her job? Like, I don't know if I trust this person's perspective. At the end of the meal, though, she asks again, so you said you've been here before? And he goes, yeah, I used to work a few blocks from here. She goes, really? Where? This is when my ears go up. He tells her, okay, whatever. Then she goes, oh, so where do you work now? And he says, I have my own agency now. It's yada, yada, yada. That would be important context. And pulls out his business card and gives it to her. And she says, oh, wow. He just whipped it out like that. He was ready. Yeah, because he has a business. Then she complimented the card and his business partner's shirt. Then because it's branded to the agency. I can't read. Fuck. I continue to act like a semi-normal person until we get home. I get home, immediately go to my room to shower and get ready for bed. While I'm getting ready, he giggles and goes, are you ready to argue with me now? Because he sees my mood has shifted. I ignore him and get in the bed. I say, I'm fine. I don't want to argue. If you think you did nothing wrong, then I have nothing to be upset about. Bitch, come on. Pause. I understand this isn't the best reaction. Okay, good. I was upset and wanted to cool down in the shower and just go to bed. It was past 1 a.m. and the last thing I wanted to do was argue. He continues to ask me what's wrong. At this point, he's upset and saying, "You really want to go to bed like this? You want to leave me confused and not knowing what's wrong or what I did?" Okay, fair. So I tell him. He gets more upset. Maybe I didn't say it the nicest way. Okay, how did you say it though? He says, "So I just shouldn't give my business card to," and bam, I interrupt because I'm petty and annoyed and say, "Yup, don't give your business card to anyone, insert name." He blows up. "I wasn't even going to say that. You're doing this on purpose to get me upset. I get if you don't want me giving my card to women, but reacting like this is crazy. I can't believe you're handling it like this. My card doesn't even have anything on it." I say, "It's not about what's on the card. It's the fact you even gave it to her. You didn't need to do that. She's a waitress." He goes, "You don't know that. What if we want to host an event there?" I say, "Yeah, because she's the fucking owner." We argue. At that point, I don't even remember. I shut down, cried a little bit to myself because I was so mad. I was even arguing with him about this. Then fell asleep. No one apologized. Am I the asshole for being upset that my boyfriend gave his business card to a waitress? Mm, okay. So let's let's remind ourselves. Feelings, it's okay. Feelings are valid. You can always have feelings. What you can't have is disrespect. You can feel upset that he gave his business card to her. You can feel like that was kind of crappy. You can feel a little slighted that she didn't even look at you or talk to you during the whole interaction. Totally fair. I get that. But what makes you an asshole is freaking out and losing your temper and not being able to convey your emotions or your feelings respectfully. This sounds like somebody who has some other things that are making them upset, and maybe you feel a little insecure in the relationship, and this is just like a fucking cherry on the shit sundae. I don't know, but there's a lot of context here that I feel like is left out. And to be honest, I think your not your husband. I think your boyfriend was trying to understand what he did wrong. The fact that he gave a shit that you were upset, I wouldn't be so quick to scream at him and tell him that was shitty. So yeah, to be upset doesn't make you an asshole. The way you handled it makes you an asshole. Let's read the comments. You both could have handled it better, but women have far better instincts for the motivations of other women than men do. No amount of explaining this to men will help them understand. It's taken me 29 years of marriage to understand this. I just trust my wife's judgment on that one now. Just tell him he is your man and you won't be sharing and he won't be flirting. If he doesn't like that, red flag number 2. He should be proud to have you claim that territory. It works vice versa also. Okay, don't listen to fucking more toxic people. Dogs are gonna dog. The bigger question is, why aren't you asking yourself if you should dump him? He's rude to you. He giggles when he knows he's upset you. He flips around his bad behavior to attack you. What? Is there someone who taught you not to expect more from your life? What the fuck? This was not that big of a deal. YTA, you definitely overreacted. Only 2 upvotes, but it's 2 hours old. Not the asshole, but handle it better next time. Hey, I felt uncomfortable with the experience he had with the server. Going forward, can you be more aware of when someone is actively shutting me out of the conversation and ensure it's clear I'm included? I also don't understand why you provided your business card when she wasn't actually discussing your business. The exchange was flirtatious on her, and I'd like it if you handled it differently next time. She asked, he has a business. He's probably proud of his business card. I know I am. Anytime anybody gives me an excuse to show any type of marketing or anything that I've made myself for my own profit or business, fuck yeah, I'm gonna show it. And he's just proud of himself. Uh, Solid Mongoose 3269. You're a jealous walking red flag. Comment. He might be your boyfriend. You are not friends. ESH. Anyways, I'm over it. Don't be a dick. Maybe reflect on why you feel so insecure in a relationship. That's all I have to say. Okay. This one is from Am I the Ex? I can't. Posted one day ago. My boyfriend farted in my face as a joke in front of our friends. A week later, he still hasn't contacted me. My boyfriend, 21 male, and I, 22 female, were hanging out with a group of friends at someone's house. Everyone was joking around, and some of the guys were farting and burping as dumb jokes. I wasn't a fan of it, but I laughed along because everyone else was. I was lying on the floor, and my boyfriend was sitting next to me. He started farting for fun. I looked disgusted and told him to stop. But instead, he leaned over and farted directly in my face. Everyone burst out laughing. I immediately yelled at him, pushed him away, hit him in the chest, and hid under a blanket because I felt completely humiliated. People kept laughing and saying things like, he farted in his girlfriend's face. What hurt me the most was that my boyfriend was laughing too. He tried to hug me and called me babe right when he saw I hid under the blanket, but I pushed him away again and he went to sit alone in another room. This is so much funnier. With a reaction. He never came to me to apologize that day. On the drive home, he didn't speak to me at all and acted like I was the one who had done something wrong for yelling at him in front of everyone. When I got home, I blocked him on the app we normally use to chat. I was so mad because he was giving me the silent treatment the whole time instead of apologizing. He only did it once when I pushed him away. He stopped and never came to me again and acted like I was the one to blame. I didn't block his phone number or my other social media accounts, so he still had plenty of ways to contact me if he wanted to. Also, I unfollowed his Instagram too. It's been a week now. And we still haven't spoken. He hasn't made a single attempt to contact me. I only had two of his friends, not those from that day, and both of them have unfollowed and removed me from Instagram. Less than 4 days after everything happened, he started following three new girls, and they had private accounts, and they followed him back. Damn, dog, really watching that follows list. Since then, he's continued following more girls, and today I noticed another new one. I unfollowed and removed him the day we argued, but I can still tell who he's following because they keep showing up on his Instagram suggestions. Stalker much? I honestly feel like I'm dying inside. I've done nothing but cry this entire week. Well, it feels like he's already moved on and is talking to other girls as if our relationship meant nothing. Until yesterday, I refused to follow any guys because I didn't want to become that kind of person I thought he was becoming. I wanted to respect what we had, but now it feels like to him, the relationship is completely over and he's never coming back. Part of me wants to start following guys just to see if he'd react, but another part of me feels like that would only make me no different from him. What the fuck does following have anything to do with anything? I genuinely don't know what to do anymore. I'm completely heartbroken. I can't believe it's over. I just can't. We didn't have a normal relationship. We were really close and he was my everything. I saw my future with him and he also did. When we were just going to celebrate our anniversary next month and invite everyone, how am I supposed to accept this and move on? Dude, you dumped him when you unfollowed him and blocked him. You blocked him on the chat you used to communicate, which is a very clear sign that you don't want to hear from him. Also, someone who would disrespect you like that isn't worth your time or energy. Bro, fuck off. You are very young. I suggest processing your grief and allowing this relationship to become a memory. Dude, why is this so serious? Very young, but way too old for flirting with people to be funny. That's middle school behavior at best from the 20-year-old ex-boyfriend. OP, I know it hurts unimaginably right now, and it's horrible how easily he gave up on your relationship, but this guy is not the guy. At best, he needs a few brutal years of maturing before he's ready to be a decent partner to anyone. Girl, y'all broke up in everything except the title at this point. Please move on from him. You can do better. When someone farts on your face, they are blowing fecal particles into your eyes and mouth. Bro, come on. You just keep this thought in your mind when you start to miss him. He literally shit on you. Okay. People are so dramatic. I spent right past the ages thinking y'all were 15 and had to double check. Jesus fucking Christ. You blocked him on whatever you used to text. He disrespected you. Y'all are broken up. The social and emotional development ceased when COVID happened. Never restarted. Definitely the strangest one I've read so far. Sorry for my constant laughter. I can't take fart things seriously. Ah. Okay, this is the last one because I'm bored. R slash relationship advice, but it got reposted to MIDX. I, 23 female, threw water on my 24 male boyfriend while he was sleeping almost 2 months ago, and now he's afraid to fall asleep around me. How do I help him trust me again? I made this account because somebody told me I should. I don't know how to deal with this any longer. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 5.5 years and been living together for 1 year, 7 months ago. Been living together for 1 year. 7 months ago, he went to Japan with 3 of his friends, and while there, one of his friends was being a huge jerk. He would act exactly how you're not supposed to act, and the final straw was him getting too drunk at a restaurant and being belligerent that resulted in them getting kicked out. As payback, when he fell asleep, they filled a bucket of water and dumped it on him. He behaved correctly after they did it, and he told it to me as a funny story. Oh no, I think I see where this is going. Lately, he's been really inconsiderate. Even though we live together, we don't see each other a lot, and we've been lacking on dates and hanging out as a couple. I work early in the morning and he works in the afternoon. Not every day, his schedule changes, but gets home when I'm already going to sleep. I've been trying to get a day where me and him can hang out in the afternoon when I get out of work, but he always already has other plans, and I usually spend my afternoons alone in the apartment. Aw. Most of my own friends live far away, and now my best friend just had a baby, so I don't see her often. He's also been leaving his dirty laundry and leaving dishes in the sink when he leaves for work because he goes to the gym a lot and meal preps. But he always had the excuse that he loses track of time. I hate leaving dishes in the sink and laundry laying about, so I always do it. I tried talking to him about it, but it literally was like one in one ear, out the other. And it was like I had to get his attention 2 weeks in advance before he decided to go out with his friends. One time in particular, he didn't have work and I was excited to see him. But as soon as I got home, he was laying in our bed, not doing anything. And when I cuddled him, he got up and said he has to go to the gym. And he went and was there for 4 hours. Yikes.
I do a dumb thing. You know, I'm okay.
What? What do you want? You need me? Okay, bye. All of his friends go to the gym and they goof off there. I cried for hours. Oh, honey. My final straw was last month because I texted him asking if he worked that day and he had an unexpected day off. I had the next day off and wanted to do something so we can sleep in together for once. He was at the gym when I texted him and I said we should go to my favorite local restaurant and hang out. And he said that he was with his friends and he would as long as they didn't want to go anywhere. Ouch. I said that I had asked him first and he didn't respond to that. Later, when I had 30 minutes left, he said that they wanted to go to Korean barbecue, so he was going with them instead. I broke down sobbing and my coworker was worried about me. I went home, went on a walk in our neighborhood and cried. When he got home, he had brought me a matcha, but I didn't want it. I tried to bring it up with him and started shouting a bit, but he said we'd talk about it tomorrow because he was tired and only said, I love you. Can we plan something next week? No. I got really, really mad at him, and my sadness became such an intense rage. I told him I was going on a walk, and I walked to a bar 3 blocks down and drank. While alone, I had a lot of time to think about all of my frustrations. When I came home, I wasn't sloshed, but I was drunk. I don't know what came over me, but I filled up our mop bucket with water and I fucking threw it on him. It was so much that it damaged our floor, and I even dropped the bucket on him. I've never seen him look so horrified before. When he woke up, he was choking on the water and it went completely up his nose. He almost had a panic attack because he thought he was drowning. Poor Presico. He doesn't know how to swim. Ew. And he couldn't believe I had just done that to him. I started shouting at him that he deserved it for how he treated me and that I wished he would find the girl he actually wanted because clearly he had no interest in me. I even accused him of seeing another girl. He didn't sleep the entire night and I ended up sleeping on our pull-out couch. The next morning I woke up hungover, but I felt satisfied. I helped him clean the mess and we came up with what to tell maintenance. While doing this, I told him everything I felt and he didn't say anything, just silently listened. The night after, he said he was going to stay with his parents for a bit and he packed some stuff and left. I called him over and over, hysterical and begging him not to leave me and that I was sorry and I only wanted his attention, but he said he understood. He stayed at his parents for 2 weeks, then came back but told me straight up that the only way he was comfortable staying in the apartment was if I slept on the pull-out couch. And he slept alone in our bedroom with the door locked. Throw the whole man away. He does not like you. I was devastated, but I agreed. It's now been almost 2 months and this is our arrangement. No. He has been washing the dishes and doing the laundry more. He's been running a lot of my errands and telling me how much he loves me. And making me coffee every day. He makes more of an effort to spend more time with me now. The other week, he surprised me with tickets to see Backrooms movie, and I had a blast. He even surprised me with Chipotle at my job while he was passing by. At home, he's so sweet and loving, and it's like I'm finally getting what I wanted, but he still refuses to sleep in the same room as me. So you're finally getting the bare minimum of a relationship? This is sad. The other night, we were cuddling in bed watching TV and I accidentally fell asleep. When I woke up the next morning, he wasn't in bed and I found him asleep on the couch. Dude. When I woke him up, he flinched super hard at the sight of That broke my heart. It's fucking. I asked him if he was afraid of me, and he said that the truth was he's been having reoccurring nightmares of that night. No matter how tired he is, he cannot trust being asleep anywhere I have access to him. And sometimes he wakes up scared because he has dreams where I'm about to do it again. Oh no, not the water. What's wrong with this dude? I just cried and apologized over and over. I promised him I would never do it again, and he didn't say anything. That same day, he made sure that he slept alone, and I did too. Dude, how fucking long is this? Okay. He did understand everything he did wrong, and he feels horrible for neglecting me so bad, but he can't trust me when he's sleeping anymore. Right now, I'm writing this from the pull-out couch, and my heart hurts so much from my predicament. Is there any way I can help him trust me again? How can I support him and show that I'm truly remorseful for what I did? I don't know what to do. Edit, this is copy and pasted from a comment I made that got buried. I didn't expect this to get so many comments and the engagement so quickly. The post hasn't even been up for an hour. I expect this to be downvoted, but all right. Okay, before I read her comment, this is long game manipulation and payback. He does not like you, and he is punishing you for standing up for yourself with this long-term guilt trip. Now he's being the bare minimum of a decent boyfriend, bringing you Chipotle at work. Oh my God. This dude sucks. Stop. You should have thrown the water on him, packed your shit, and left. Not stayed living there for 2 more months. While he makes you sleep on the couch. What the fuck? Okay, to clarify, no, I do not think that that what I did was okay. Far from it. I know I said in the post I felt satisfied, but that was the day after because it finally felt like I got his attention. But even before, he left for his parents, it dawned on me the severity of my actions. It's not that big of a deal. To further clarify, it wasn't just that he left a few dishes in the sink or that he wasn't paying enough attention to me. For months, we haven't seen each other often at all. I would only see him when I'd wake up in the morning to leave for work and when I'd go to sleep at night once he got home. We would only hang out or go on dates once or twice a month if I got lucky, and even then, they would have to be made more than a week in advance because he's so fast to go out with somebody else. The dishes and laundry, he'd leave the dishes in the sink for days if I let him. He would leave an ungodly amount that would take me a while to finish. He'd leave his dirty laundry on the floor or on the couch or the bathroom. I saw his messes more than I saw him. No, I am not proud of what I did. I don't really want to read the guilt trip. I cried the entire time typing this post. I understand what I did was irrational and no amount of neglect made what I did okay. It's really not that big of a deal. You splashed a bucket of water on him. It'll buff. You should have just dumped him after. I just wanted advice on how to help him because I hated that it got to this point. If there was a million things I could have done differently, I would, but I can't undo what I did. If he leaves me, then so be it, but I only care about him right now, even if it didn't seem that way. Stop. I hate that I did this to him, and I just want to help. On top of that, I want to acknowledge what I did was physical assault. Fuck, what? I had no idea dumping water on somebody could be considered that, and the reason I brought up what happened in Japan is because that was what made me think of it. He talks about his trip to Japan all the time and always tells it as a funny story. I am not going to force him to do anything or even make him stay with me, but I will be speaking with him about what is going to happen moving forward. I know there's way more to this than just the act itself, and I have a lot more of reflecting and work to do. Okay, to answer the question, Edit number 2. No, I did not directly throw water onto his face. I just blindly threw it on him from the foot of the bed. The mop bucket is not industrial size, but it's medium, and I didn't feel it all the way. I know it doesn't matter. It's still horrible. It's not that bad. Am I the only one that thinks it's not that bad? I don't know how to describe how big the bucket they used, but I know he said specifically in his face. Their friend was passed out drunk and was not in on it at all. My boyfriend didn't throw the water onto him, but he held the flashlight. I know it doesn't justify either side, but this is to provide context. Yeah, first comment. Why are you guys even together? This relationship is a total train wreck. You need serious therapy, and he does too. Y'all need to end it now. You were doomed as a couple. Oh, and the maintenance didn't buy your lie about the water. Sounds like there's a lot more problems than just a bucket of water. You get to the point of throwing a bucket of water over your partner in rage and apparently dropping the bucket on them, you're done. For your own sake as well as his, get the fuck out. Surely breaking up with them would have been easier and more ethical here. Consider it. Maybe you are not compatible. What's sticking out for me is a mop bucket. How gross. Also, you damaged the floor. My God, no one fucking cares. Or even just communicating. It doesn't sound like OP ever bothered to tell her boyfriend that she was unhappy. Yes, she did. He was refusing to listen. She couldn't even get his time. She just seethed silently until she assaulted him. Okay. I don't know the age group of any of these people calling this assault. But, like, come on. Clearly, none of you learned how to swim the old school way. She said she did try to speak to him multiple times, but who's to say how much of an attempt she actually did? Where are you getting that? It completely sounded to me like she was driving him nuts with how much she was bringing it up. Yeah, exactly. Well, he just kept ignoring her and going to the gym. Yeah, these comments suck. I think that you should go easy on yourself and also stop ignoring the parts of yourself that exist because you feel anger. You feel rage at being ignored and being always last on the list and feeling like you do not matter in that relationship. Should you acted on that rage and that anger? Probably not. But he kind of deserved it, if I'm being honest. And I think he reacted in a way that is not that serious. Don't understand why people are saying he has PTSD symptoms from getting water tossed on him while he was sleeping. I swear, the people in these comments have not experienced enough trauma, in my humble opinion. Yeah, be easy on yourself. Definitely end this. It's not a relationship worth continuing, especially even when he's ignoring you and making you feel awful and feeling like you were not important. You should have just dumped the water on him and then bounced. My opinion. All right, that's all. I'm tired of reading out loud, so I'm gonna go. Bye.